everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Three's the lucky charm, Oberon.
And me, Banshee. Who knows what that means? Only us. It's a secret.
No, we've just been having some problems getting this particular unboxing video out to you, but it's really important that we do that, and it is a special unboxing video.
It's not just one, it's two decks.
Two decks in one.
Two decks in one unboxing. Unboxing video.
Today, we're bringing you the extraordinary work of M J Cullinane.
Yes, she just came out with a tarot deck recently called the Forhaxa Tarot. And that's what we are going to start with today. And the other one is an oracle deck that I just got a hold of hers. They're both dated 2021, but the oracle deck might be wiggly because I believe it's a 5th printing, so I'm not sure about that. We'll talk about that when we get there.
All right.
But first off, let me just show you a nice solid hard box here. Okay, on the back of the box it states, "Journey through the magical land of Forhaxa," Swedish for to enchant, cast a spell, and bedevil. This is a realm where dark and light collide, where the elements hold court, where we find ourselves connecting to a force outside of our own. So it's like her own fantastical world here, I think.
Right, and I actually wonder if it's based on the Swedish mythology for a particular reason. I'm not aware of where she is heritage-wise, but I get the feeling like maybe it's something like that. Certainly, it's an incredible kind of mythos and world that's represented in the cards, and her art was just the perfect medium or the perfect way of expressing that.
That's the booklet. I just wanted to show everybody the meat of the booklet. There are only upright interpretations as far as I can tell in here. The deck does have this one part where it has, or the booklet, questions from the major arcana. And then as far as readings go, she has, of course, the standard single card, and she does have a single card yes/no reading, which I have seen done before, where there are certain cards that are assigned to yes, certain tarot cards that are assigned to no, and some that are assigned to maybe. And then she has a 4-card reading in here, but it is not new if you have the Grimalkin tarot that she created. Apparently it's a reading from there. But she says it's one of her favorite readings. So, we'll leave it at that, and on with the show. I will show the backs of the cards first, just to get that out of the way, and show you that it's beautiful, number one. And number two, you're easy to read upright or reversed, with this kind of pattern on the back. They're thick. They're much thicker than your standard tarot as well. I think you can see that in here. There we go. So it is a handful. All right, I think I'll start off with the major arcana here, the Fool. Look at all those bees on the bottom of the Fool. That's one thing with M J Cullinane decks, they have lots of nature in them. The Magician. The High Priestess, I kind of like that with the moons beneath her feet. The Empress. Preggers. The Council of Monarchs, the Emperor. So, maybe this is a good time to state that I feel this deck is very feminocentric. It's mostly female imagery that appears on the cards, or things that could look that way. But, these are mystical, magical beings, so it's really hard to say if that is intentional or not. But we do note here that the Emperor was replaced by the Council of Monarchs, Mr. O. The Hierophant. which I think is represented by a tree in this deck. The Lovers. Beautiful.
The Chariot. Strength. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune.
That's awesome. That's an awesome card, is it not?
It's very beautiful. I love it. Justice. You like this one.
I did.
The Hanged Man. I mean, you
well,
were intrigued by it.
I was intrigued by it because they did keep the man, the hanged man. Whether that actually looks like a man or not, I'm not sure. I think it's ambiguous enough.
Yeah, and I find that with most of her deck.
I like this one.
Death.
Death is made to look very lifeless and pale, like death would be.
And then we have Temperance. The Devil.
Interesting card. It's like she's drawing that person towards her. And look at the Tower. The Tower is like a devil in a way, you know, in a traditional sense. It just looks that way to me. It's interesting. Star. The Moon. I think that card's pretty. It's kind of interesting, the sun against the wings there like that. Kind of cool. I like Judgment. Judgment is awesome. Look at the depth in this card. I feel that there's a lot to unpack here. Really, really cool. Very cool.
Oh, yes.
And then the World. We have the World. Somebody reaching for the light. Beautiful.
So that was the major arcana.
Now, the minor arcana is based on the elemental associations of Wands, Cups, the traditional Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. So, for the Pentacles, we have the Ace of Earth. Wow. The Two of Earth. There's a nice kind of balance exhibited there. The Three of Earth. I like the fact there's a crafty fox there in the Three of Earth. The Four of Earth. Look at those malevolent looking wolves behind the woman who looks a little somber there in the Five of Earth. The Six of Earth. The Seven of Earth. Looks like somebody tending to plants. Growth. The Eight of Earth. This card is just awesome. The Nine of Earth. Beautiful. The Ten of Earth. It's showing like lineage, you know. I like that. The Page of Earth. Love the apple imagery. I'm debating whether this is something that's metamorphosing. The Knight of Earth. The Queen of Earth wrapped in leaves. There's no kings in this deck. So again, interesting. We had a replacement for the Emperor. We had a replacement for we had the Hanged Man as the Hanged Man, but the kings are elders. Here is the Elder of Earth. Mr. O, Water Boy.
The Ace of Water.
Beautiful.
The Two of Water. The 3 of water. The 4 of water.
Oh, see the sorrow. The disappointment of the 5 of water. The happy joy of the 6. The fond memories. The 7 of water. The 8 of water. The 9 of water, 9 of cups. And what do we see? There's the Rider-Waite. I mean, we talked about this to ourselves. We do feel that this does show Mr. O the
symbolism from Rider-Waite is a big influence, but it's filtered through her concept of this Swedish mythology using, folkloric images or otherwise.
The Knight of Water, the Queen of Water.
And there's our king, who is the Elder of Water in this deck. And of course, that's not unusual with some other decks too that are gynocentric or female-centric, to use sort of an alternative leader type role. So now we're on to the air element.
Swords.
Ace of Air.
The 2 of Air.
2 of Air.
There was some nice balance there in the 2 of Air. The 3 of Air. The 4 of Air. The 5 of Air looks a little bit anguished. The 6 of Air. And there I feel is some subterfuge or camouflage going on there in the 7 of Swords or Air. Woman is wrapped in spider webbing.
8 of Air.
The 8 of Air.
9 of Air.
And look at the 10 of Air. Looks like nails. She got nailed. Sorry, couldn't resist. The Page of Air. The Knight of Air. The Queen Bee. I'm not sure if that's a bee, but the Queen Bee of Air. And the Elder of Air. We move on to the fire, the Wands, the Ace of Wands. The 2 of Wands. The 3. The 4, I should say, of fire. Now this card is interesting to me too, because it looks like somebody is being rebirthed here. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, cocoon. And then to wrap it up, we have the 5 of fire.
Looks like dragon taming or something there.
The 6 of fire.
Victorious.
The 7 of fire.
The frenetic energy of the 8 of fire.
Yeah.
9 of fire looks like preparing for a battle.
10 of fire.
The 10 of fire, overwhelmed. Page of fire. The Knight of fire. The Queen of fire. And last but not least, the Elder of fire. Such a beautiful deck. Hand him over, Mr. O. And if you could change that screen,
I will.
we can wrap up. So with this deck. So this deck is very accessible to any user. You know, it's beautiful. Yes, the images are mostly female or have that feel to them. But I think this is accessible for everybody. And you just can't beat her artwork. And the coloration on this deck. I don't know, you know, to me, I don't know why it feels like a watercolor painting to me, but just these splashes of color maybe, it just grabs me.
Gonna look forward to using it on our show.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to move on to our other deck now, which has really got me excited. Okay, everybody who follows us on Facebook and Twitter knows that I use decks on Friday lately that have more of a historical bend to them. They're actually oracles made out of historical or famous or important people, influential people. And what a great concept, because, you know, people can be oracles. You know, the lives they lead, there's messages in them.
Well, you actually do get a lot of favorable comment from people about some of those cards that are drawn.
So this is a deck called Roar. Roar. I am woman, hear me roar. And yes, it is about famous women, historical women, various types, various fields, various nationalities, various cultures. It's a really nice selection, including a number of people from the spiritual side of things that I think you will recognize in this deck. So let me read what the back says. On those days when you need a little guidance or a boost of inspiration, call on your personal advisory team of 54 trailblazing and inspirational women ready to share their wisdom and insight. Roar Oracle combines a history lesson with a tool for connecting across the veil. And it does say copyright 2021, but I think when I ordered it on her website, it said 5th printing. So keep that in mind. It may have been around for a little bit. Once again, I just want to show you solid box, nice size box. Also, the cards are a bit large as well. I'll step back a little bit so you can see the size, the width. They're a little wide. This is the backs of the cards. And the book doesn't have any readings in it that I can see. She gives some advice on using the cards. Excuse me, very, very short advice. And then it gets into interpretations. And the interpretations includes a bit of history, a quote from the person, and an oracle or divination message. So you get both here. I know that a couple of the other decks I've been using on the Friday shows, I have to extrapolate a lot. There's a few words on the cards themselves, but everything in the booklet is history and there's no divination, so I have to kind of intuit and put that together. It's in this book, so you get both here, which I like. I think that's very, very nice. Okay, so we ready?
Ready.
Do you want to start?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
They're very nice.
Ada Lovelace, Althea Gibson, Amelia Bloomer, Amelia Earhart, Anne Frank, Audre Lorde.
I'll meet that Audrey with Audrey Hepburn. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering about the order of the cards, I guess I should say this now. They are in alphabetical order by first name. So when you look them up in the booklet, you have to look by first name. Benazir Bhutto, tragic figure. Billie Holiday, belting it out.
Also a tragic figure.
Boudica. Chen Shung Wu. Here's somebody I'm sure a lot of us know, Dion Fortune.
Yes, love her work.
Emmeline Parkhurst. My mother loved her work. Estee Lauder. Don't Cry for Her, Eva Perón. The Fox Sisters. Artist Frida Kahlo. Another artist, Georgia O'Keeffe. Gertrude Ederle. Helen Keller. Ida B. Wells.
Wells Barnett.
Oh, Ida B. Wells Barnett. I stand corrected. Oh, that wasn't on camera? Darn. Ida Lewis.
Irina Sendler. Jane Jacobs. Joan Beauchamp Champ Proctor. Josephine Baker.
Josephine.
Julia Child.
I never watched her much, to be honest with you.
Just enough to get the...
Louise Hay. Hey, Louise Hay. It's great they included her.
Yes.
Maria Tallchief. Who's that? Marie Curie. I don't know who this is.
Marina
Maskova.
Mary Coffin Ware Dennett.
Dennett, I'm not sure.
Mary Fields.
Mary's got her gun.
Mary Shelley.
Woohoo.
Mary's got her monster. Maud Wagner.
Oh, a hero's coming up. Maya Angelou. The Mirabal Sisters.
Mother Shipton.
Beautiful.
Noor Inayat Khan.
Octavia E. Butler. Pamela Coleman Smith. If not for her, many a tarot deck may not have been made, or maybe it would have looked a lot different. Patsy Takimoto Mink. Queen Nanny. Cuisine. Rachel Carlson.
Very much a hero.
My hero, Rosa Parks. And everybody's hero, or should be, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Savitribai Phule. Shirley Chisholm. Back in the day. Sojourner Truth. There's a saying on the card here, I sell the shadow to support the substance. Very interesting. Toy Purina. Vera Menchik. Vera Rubin. And last but never least, Virginia Woolf.
So what I like too is that with some of these, because there are really a number of personages here who may not necessarily be well known. And so in some of those, there's something about them on that card. Like, for example, in the last couple of cards, there was Vera Rubin with a telescope, so I assume she may be an astronomer of some sort.
Right.
Vera Menchik with chess pieces.
There's hints on the cards.
Hints on the cards to tell us more about who these fabulous and entertaining and engrossing women are or were.
And the thing is that this is a wonderful way to introduce your child, young adult or teenager even, to oracle reading. All of these kind of decks, because they're based on real figures in life, that's something that they can, wrap their heads around. And also they learn a lot of historical facts about these figures, these historical, well-known and honored people.
And, I was slightly surprised by, a few of the folks that maybe I thought might have been there but weren't there. And so it was kind of interesting. But when I thought about it, I said, I've seen some of those persons maybe in some other similar kind of decks like this.
Thank you for saying that, Mr. O, because, yes, I have a number of these decks, and I have at least now, that's where I've seen them. My third women's deck like this of historical women figures.
So I like the idea of tackling some other ones that aren't as readily come to mind. Harriet Tubman and a number of other people figure into other decks or are shown in other ways. So no disrespect there at all. It's nice to see a few folks who may be women who would be considered her contemporary.
Now, just to give you an idea of what the books say about the cards, give you one interpretation. Mr. O will pick a female advisor for today. And he dropped, a card fell. I'll get it, though. What do you have, Mr. O?
Ida Lewis.
Ida Lewis. Do you know who that is?
No, but the clue says that she's rowing a boat in perilous waters. Why don't you just leave it there? We'll get it.
Grrr. I hate dropping my cards. So there's Ida Lewis. Mr. O's pick. Let's see what it says. And here's that one if you want to hold it up again while I read it.
Okay.
E-D-D. Remember, alphabetical by name. You can look these up. Ida Lewis, born 1842, died in 1911. Lighthouse keeper, first women recipient of the rare gold life-saving medal. File under bravery. Ida Lewis made her first rescue of 4 men at the age of 12. And then it says in big print here, at the age of 12. From Ida, none but a donkey would consider it unfeminine to save lives. Ida brings to your attention the inner fearlessness you possess within that is waiting for the right moment to come out. It may be a simple act of stepping up and defending someone who is being attacked, verbally or physically. It may be jumping in to save someone or something. She didn't second guess herself or think, well, I'm a girl and I can't do this. No, she jumped into the frigid water and saved lives. You too can have that spirit within you. If you pull Ida during a reading, it may be a sign that you are holding back, and she has come forward to help you find your courage. Wow. So see, we can learn a lot from figures from the past.
This is especially poignant. But maybe when everything works out okay, I'll say more about that.
That's funny, Mr. O, and I can say no more. But at any rate, that's our show. We hope you've enjoyed these 2 unboxings. Consider getting these decks. And I know you can get them from M J Cullinane's site. Mr. O will post the information at the end of the video.
Whenever. It might be at the beginning too,
Would you like to add anything, Mr. O?
No, it's been a wonderful experience to use all of the decks we have. We have 4, 5, 6 now. So,
of course, yes.
They're just fabulous decks. I love the coloring. Some people ask for them by name when we're doing readings on our show, of course. They say, please use such and such
the Crow
oracle.
Oracle has been very popular.
Yes.
So
I think that's great.
Check out MJ's site and give her some business. But, you know, MJ is doing fantastic. She is going to be producing, I think, now for Hay House Publishing, which is just awesome, if true.
So we applaud her.
Congratulations on that.
And look forward to many years of more decks coming from her.
Absolutely.
She's quite prolific.
Collect them all. All right, everybody. Take care, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye now.